Assalamualaikum and a very good day. First of all, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Adriana Athira Binti Muhamad Suzairi and my partner.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Izattie Binti Shafiee.
Without further ado, we will present our research topic, which factors that influence students' behavior towards online learning among Bachelor of Administrative Science students in Uitm Kedah, that is supervised by our beloved supervisors, Madam Irwana Nooridayu Binti Muhamad Hakimi and Mr. Firdaus Bin Ramli. This presentation will be divided into several parts, which are Chapter 1, Introduction, Chapter 2 is Literature Review and Conceptual Framework, Chapter 3, Research Method, and Chapter 4 and 5, Findings, Discussion and Analysis.
Online learning is one of the learning methods that exists nowadays, including in Malaysia. The use of online learning in the country has been growing widely used in the last 2 years. The reason is by applying this learning method is more flexible because students and lecturers are able to conduct classes anywhere without having to attend the face-to-face classes. Among the examples of the platform that used to conduct online classes such as Google Classroom, Edmodo, and Microsoft Teams. The adoption of online learning involves all levels of education that exist, including students in primary and secondary school. However, statistics reported that only 20 to 30% school students intend to join online class that have been conducted. This is because the behavior of students itself towards online learning where they do not have the discipline to attend the classes. The acceptance of online learning at the tertiary level can be said between slightly to moderately ready for online learning. Okay, now let's move on to the problem statement. As stated by Hollister 2022, the engagement of students towards online learning decreased by 72% because in live lecture, students did not interest to join the class and causing absenteeism among students. Other than that, according to Nauman 2022, 33 to 50% students unhappy with online learning that affected that behavior, which is declining in student engagement towards online learning. Next, the behavior of students in online learning show positive feedback since 80 to 90% of students have graduated and got a job due to students has good ability in using technology. The aim of this study is to identify factors that influence students' behavior towards online learning among Bachelor of Administrative Science students in Uitm Kedah. This is our research question and research objective.
Moving on to Chapter 2. In this research study, we are applying social cognitive theory. So this theory referred to as social learning theory, which one of such response. Bandura, who is the one who created this management, provided the explanation of the learning process that went beyond the process of conditioning to include a social process in which the actions of others. And from this theory, we are able to identify 6 variables that will be used as an independent variables as stated in the conceptual framework below. And this is our hypothesis for this research study.
Now let's take a look at Chapter 3, which is methodology. For the research design, we use quantitative methods since the information obtained from the respondent is in numerical form and the facts are accurate and reliable. The unit of analysis for the research is Bachelor of Administrative Science Hon students in Uitm Kedah. This is because the respondent must be specific for the research study. The sample size consists of 300 students. According to Kevin and Lippman 2020, sample size between 200 and 300 respondents offer a reasonable margin of error and start before the diminishing return point. This research uses simple random sampling as a sampling technique. It gives the researcher the chance to do data analysis and reduce the margin of error in the data that is gathered. The study was carried out based on factors that influence students' behavior towards online learning among Bachelor of Administrative Science Hon students in Uitm Kedah. The questionnaire of the survey has 8 sections, which include demographic profile, dependent section, and 6 independent sections. Following with pilot study, as you can see in the slide, we have done the pilot study for this research study.
Proceed to Chapter 4 and 5. First is about profile of respondent, which includes gender, current CGPA, year of study, age, and preferred online platform that can be seen as below. For the RO1, it is to identify the level of students' behavior towards online learning among Bachelor of Administrative Science students in Uitm Kedah. According to UA, Dr. Wing and Dr. Grad 2013, students' learning experience through online learning experience can give or lead to positive behavior changes regarding use of the platform or the web for learning among students, regardless of the type of interaction. Next, RO2, there is a significant relationship between reciprocal determinism and students' behaviour towards online learning among Bachelor of Administrative Science students in Uitm Kedah. This finding is supported by Dong Zhao and Siti Mazihar 2021, where reciprocal determinism related to the interaction. This can be said that through online interaction, the more social interaction occurs during the online learning, the learning experience can be more active for the students as it can increase their academic performance. This can be proved by 78% of the students are benefit from online learning teaching method. Follow with the RO3, there is a significant relationship between behavioral capability and the DV. This finding is supported by Wei Zhi, Shi Jia and Jia Chen 2022, where regardless of the optimization of external objective conditions and willingness to accept online learning and their internal initial psychological readiness to continue online learning are the main internal drive that influence learning results or outcomes. According to Habibullah Said at Fatima and Nima 2022, 1.2% participants only had a low level of e-learning readiness. Meanwhile, there are 27.9% were at the intermediate level and 70.9% were at the high level. Next, for RO4, there is a significant relationship between observational learning and the DV. This finding is supported by Garbosa 2022, which the results of their study revealed that the observational learning was rated the highest as most of the respondents strongly agree with the use of observation. The students learn by witnessing and observing the behaviors of others. In addition, students select the best and the right strategy and successfully use it to complete tasks or attain objectives. RO5, there is a significant relationship between reinforcement and the DV. Similar study by Dan 2010 stated that when a certain action is carried out by a subject, reinforcement is a stimulus that is added to or removed from the context to reinforce the behavior. Alam and LA 2018 suggests that in order to improve students' academic behavior, reinforcement must be applied in the education sector. This is where positive reinforcement is a highly successful method for changing students' attitudes towards online learning. RO6, there is a significant relationship between expectations and the DV. Previous researcher mentions that students' expectation on how their academic year will unfold were rapidly adjusted and modified. Expectation can give the impact to the students' behavior about the methods of learning. RO7, there is a significant relationship between self-efficacy and the DV. According to Athira, Rodwandono and Suryanto 2020, which stated the self-efficacy variable has been investigated and it shows that this factor was a crucial element of online learning which gave the positive effect towards the students' behavior. They also describe self-efficacy in the context of e-learning as confidence in one's ability to perform certain learning tasks using an e-learning system. For RO8, the most influential factors influence students' behavior towards online learning among Bachelor of Administrative Science students in Uitm Kedah is behavioral capability. According to OBE 2018 stated that behavior of students may affect from the skill and knowledge that they have.
Proceed to research implications. It's able to provide a study for future. It is function to help to improve the body of knowledge where future researcher can use this finding as reference to conduct a new study which is related to students' behavior towards online learning. Second implication is improved potential of e-learning where academicians that teach students in online method will benefit from this research since they know the most influential factors of students' behavior towards online learning. For research limitation, it is from the methodology used where it only uses quantitative method. Secondly, it's respondent of this research because only involve Bachelor of Administrative Science HON students in Uitm Kedah. However, the recommendation for the first limitation is using other information gathering methods such as qualitative method which require conducting direct interview with 2 or more participants at the same time. Secondly, need to consider including more respondents from various groups where the respondents from different levels of education such as primary, secondary and higher education. As a conclusion, this research was conducted in Uitm Kedah with the total respondent of this research is 300 respondents from Bachelor of Administrative Science HON students. Besides that, there are 6 independent variables that significantly related to the factors that influence students' behavior towards online learning. From the findings of this research, it can be said the most influential factors that influence students' behavior towards online learning among Bachelor of Administrative Science HON students in Uitm Kedah is behavioral capability. That's all from us. Thank you.
This is our references.